Hello everyone, today we will discuss about rolling motion. So now when any body is rolling on an horizontal surface or an inclined surface, it performs two types of motion. Okay, that is the body which is in rolling motion, it will perform a rotational motion, and center of mass will perform the translational motion. So now see, look here, one diagram is shown. This is suppose any sphere which is rolling on horizontal surface. Okay, horizontal surface. So in this case, now here forces acting on the sphere is shown. This sphere is rotating with angular velocity omega, then center of mass will be over here, then this force is weight mg which will act vertically downward, then other is the normal reaction which is vertically upward perpendicular to the surface, then this F will be the frictional force. Now frictional force direction is shown here. As you know, frictional force opposes the motion of the object, so direction is over here because the sphere is rolling in this direction, and so the frictional force will be in opposite direction. Okay, now when this body will roll on a horizontal surface, the circumference of this sphere will be rolling, but this, which is the center of that sphere, it will just go in a translational motion, or it will just perform a translational motion. As I told you, center of mass performs translational, means though these all particles are in rotational motion, but this one particle which is center of that sphere, or you can say center of mass, it will just go in a straight line, okay, whose velocity will be linear velocity v. So it will just go in a straight line. So when a body is performing rolling motion, it performs two types of motion. The whole body will perform rotational, only the center of mass will perform the translational motion. Now next we have to see the derivation for the energy of the rolling body. Okay, now as I told you, when any body is rolling, whether it will be on a horizontal surface or an inclined plane, the motion takes place in two ways. One is rotational, other is translational. So now see, so the total kinetic energy for that body will be given by E is equals to energy of translational plus energy of rotation, because rolling motion consists of both the energies. Okay, so the total energy will be translational plus rotational. So now let us derive this expression. So here ET will be translational energy, kinetic energy, and ER will be rotational kinetic energy. Now as I have told you this already, when a mass of m with radius r is in rolling motion, v will be the translational speed, omega will be the angular speed, I will be the moment of inertia passing through the center of mass. Then now you know translation energy is given by half mv square, and rotational half I omega square. This we have done in your moment of inertia. Okay, this derivation we have done. Then this equation, which this one, E is equals to ET plus RT, you have to substitute your value of ET and value of ER. So this equation becomes, see, E is equal to, instead of ET you will write half mv square, plus instead of ER you will write half I omega square. So now next step, here instead of I we have written mk square, that is by definition of radius of gyration you have seen. I can be written as mk square, where k will be the radius of gyration. Okay, then next step, here what is done, you know v is equals to r omega, so substitute over here v is equals to r omega, so that will be r square omega square. ठीक है, then plus half mk omega square as it is. Now next step, now in both the terms half m and omega square is common, so take it outside. Then in first term only r square will remain, plus in second term only k square will remain. Then again here you have to substitute omega. Now if v is equals to r omega, then omega will be v upon r. Okay, v and this r will come here, so v upon r. So instead of here omega square, you will substitute v square upon r square. Okay, and this bracket has it. Then next, take this r square inside this bracket. So r square plus k square upon r square. Now what you will do? Divide this r square separately to both the terms. Means r square upon r square, that is 1 plus k square upon r square. So this half mv square in bracket 1 plus k square upon r square is your total energy for a body which is in a rolling motion. Okay, so by using this equation you are going to find some numericals also are there on this concept, so there you will use this equation. Now next we have to see rolling motion of a body without slipping on an inclined plane. Now here rolling motion without slipping means what? It will be on an inclined plane. See here, this is a horizontal surface. This is the plane which is inclined with an angle of theta, and this is nothing but your height h. Okay, with respect to horizontal, this corner will make a certain height h, and your body will be over here. It will roll down through this inclined surface and it will come over here. So this s will be the distance covered by this rolling body from height h to the ground surface. Okay, now but here they have written without slipping, means what? It will roll, it will not slip down. Okay, मतलब वो बोलते हैं ना कि वो ऐसे जैसे आप वो गार्डन्स में देखो होते हैं, इन मराठी यूज से घसरकुंडी, तो वहाँ पे क्या होता है कि आप ऐसे फिसलते हुए या घसरते हुए आते वहाँ से. ठीक है, सो दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ स्लीपिंग, यू ऑलरेडी नो इट. सो हियर द बॉडी विल be in a rolling motion without slipping. So what you have to do, consider a rigid body of mass m, radius will be r, will be rolling on an inclined plane with angle of inclination is theta. Okay, now when this body is over here, okay, as first it is at rest, so here initial velocity will be u is equals to 0. Okay, now when your body is at this point, means it is at certain height h, here potential energy will be mgh. Okay, here potential energy will be mgh because it is at a certain height. But as u is 0, so kinetic energy will be completely 0, means velocity is not there, so kinetic energy will be 0. So potential energy is maximum, kinetic is completely 0. Now when this body will roll and come down at this horizontal surface, so this potential energy get converted to the kinetic energy. Okay, so this potential energy completely get converted into kinetic energy, and at this position body will possess maximum kinetic energy and zero potential energy. Because see, when the body is set into motion, what is meant by kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is energy gained during motion. So when this body set into the motion, it gains the energy, that is nothing but kinetic energy. So the energy which was here, that is potential energy, it will completely convert at this point to kinetic energy, and potential will become 0 as it is on the horizontal surface. There is no certain height h, so potential will be 0, kinetic will be maximum. Here potential is maximum, kinetic is 0, and after rolling motion, this potential energy completely convert into kinetic energy. Okay, so now let us start with the Now in this case you will find what is the expression for velocity and what is the expression for acceleration. Okay, so now if v is the linear speed of the body, then when the body reaches in at the bottom of the inclined plane, then loss in potential energy is nothing but gain in kinetic energy, which I already told you. So you can use this equation, loss in potential energy is equal to gain in kinetic energy. Okay, or you can also say it is the law of conservation of energy. Whatever was there, only that is used. Then therefore potential energy is what? mgh plus kinetic energy of rolling body. This equation which we have just now derived, means you have derived in last equation, or you can also write it as translational plus rotational, and this comes out to be half mv square up into 1 plus k square upon r square. Okay, now you want formula for v square. We are finding expression for velocity. So now here m and this m will get cancelled. So therefore v square will be, this 2 will go here, so 2gh, and this bracket will come down, so 1 plus k square upon r square. So therefore expression for v will be under root 2gh 1 plus k square upon r square. So this is expression for velocity. Now this is again useful in your numericals. Now let us see how to derive expression for acceleration. So now here let a be the linear acceleration of the body. As you know, body is at rest, initial velocity is 0. Now use your third kinematical equation. V square is equals to u square plus 2as. S is what? The length of the plane. Now u is 0, so therefore v square is equals to u plus 2as, and from this you can get a is equals to v square upon 2s. Okay, now just now you have derived equation for v square velocity, so you will substitute here. Now this is v square, so that equation will be 2gh upon 1 plus k square upon r square, and into 1 by this 2s as it is, so you will write here 1 upon 2s. Now but from figure, sine theta is h upon s. See here, theta is over here, opposite upon hypotenuse, so opposite is h, hypotenuse is s, so sine theta is h upon s, and therefore from this equation you can write s is equals to h upon s. Now this s is equals to h upon s, h upon sine theta, substitute over here in this equation. So therefore what you will get, this term as it is into 1 upon 2 also as it is. Instead of s you will write h upon sine theta. Okay, now this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. G is over here, this h and h also get cancelled, so g as it is, this sine theta will go in numerator, so it is g sine theta upon 1 plus k square upon r. Okay, so this expression is also useful in your for your numericals.